Well, hiya dragons, and welcome to this instructional video for Lesson 1, Part 1, An Economic Way of Thinking. The main idea behind this economics lesson is an understanding of economics helps people take advantage of the opportunities available to them and make wise choices about how to spend and invest their money and time. With that in mind, by the end of watching this video, you'll be able to define economics, identify the factors of production, and determine the goal of entrepreneurship. Now that the outcomes for this lesson have been shared with you, let's get started. How do you decide what food to eat, what clothes to wear, and what movies to see? The study of the choices that people make to satisfy their needs and wants is called economics. A person who studies these economic choices is called an economist. Economists generally classify economic actions into two categories, microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics is the study of the choices made by economic actors such as households, companies, and individual markets. Although the term micro means small, microeconomics can focus on large participants in the economy. For example, the production at one company, even as one as large as Exxon Corporation, whose total output exceeds that of some nations, is considered a microeconomic topic because only a single economic actor is involved. Macroeconomics, on the other hand, examines the behavior of entire economies. For example, unemployment in the United States is a macroeconomic topic. What can you learn from economics? By examining the economic choices you make, you can take advantage of the opportunities available to you. From choosing where to eat lunch, to deciding where to go to college, from buying a pair of jeans to choosing a career. The first step in examining the economic choices you make is to develop an economic way of thinking. As you will see, you already understand many economic concepts, even if you think of economics as an unfamiliar subject. Whether you realize it or not, you take economic action every day. Now you must expand your understanding and think economically. How does an economist view the world? Economists pay attention to economic decisions, observing not only who makes them, but also how those decisions are made. So who makes economic decisions? You do. You may choose to buy concert tickets or to start a tutoring business. The people around you also make decisions, as do people around the world. In economic terms, there are two large groups of economic decision makers. The people who decide to buy things are called consumers. The people who make the things that satisfy consumers' needs and wants are called producers. Consumers choose what to buy, and producers choose what to provide and how to provide it. This network of decisions is the basis of all economic systems. Every society around the world has an economic system, whether that society consists of a neighborhood or a nation. You make economic choices based on your needs and wants, which reflect your desires for certain goods and services. Economists generally classify as needs those goods and services that are necessary for survival, such as food, clothing, and shelter. Wants are those goods and services that people consume beyond what is necessary for survival, such as magazines, televisions, and car washes. As you can see, the economic decisions you make also focus on goods and services. In economic terms, goods are physical objects that can be purchased. A pizza, a bicycle, and a pair of tennis shoes are examples of goods. Services are actions or activities that are performed for a fee. Lawyers, plumbers, teachers, and taxi cab drivers perform services. The term product often refers to both goods and services. Economists are also interested in the environment in which people make decisions. What do you see when you look around you? People, cars, trees, buildings? An economist sees these same things as economic resources. A resource is anything that people use to make or obtain what they need or want. Resources that can be used to produce goods and services are called factors of production. Economists usually divide these factors of production into four categories: natural resources, human resources, capital resources, and entrepreneurship. Items provided by nature that can be used to produce goods and to provide services are called natural resources. Natural resources can be found on or in the earth or in the earth's atmosphere. Examples of natural resources on or in the earth are farmland in California, trout-filled rivers in Montana, oil fields in Oklahoma, and coal mines in West Virginia. Atmospheric resources include sunlight, wind, and rain. A natural resource is considered a factor of production only when it is scarce and some payment is necessary for its use. For example, the air you breathe on the beach is not a factor of production because it is not scarce and you do not have to pay to use it. If you go scuba diving, however, you have to pay for the bottled air in the scuba tanks. Any human effort exerted during production is considered a human resource. The effort can be either physical or intellectual. Assembly line workers, ministers, and store clerks are all human resources. The manufactured materials used to create products are called capital resources. Capital resources include capital goods and the money used to purchase them. Capital goods are the buildings, structures, machinery, and tools used in the production process. Department stores, factories, dams, computers, and hammers are examples of capital goods. Capital goods are the manufactured resources that are used in making finished products. These finished products, the goods and services that people buy, are called consumer goods. Some products can be either capital goods or consumer goods, depending on how they are used. A bicycle purchased for personal use is a consumer good. The same bicycle will be classified as a capital good, however, when it is purchased by a New York City messenger service for use in making deliveries. Technology is the use of technical knowledge and methods to create new products or make existing products more efficiently. For example, advances in computer technology have dramatically changed how work is done. In some highly automated plants, computers direct production by issuing electronic instructions to robots on assembly lines. The organizational abilities and risk-taking involved in starting a new business or introducing a new product are called entrepreneurship. The goal of entrepreneurship is to develop a new combination of the other factors of production, creating something of value. An entrepreneur is a person who attempts to start a new business or introduce a new product, risking economic failure in return for the possibility of financial gain. Many entrepreneurs begin their businesses by finding answers to their own questions. Michael Dell grew up tinkering with computers and noticed that salespeople frequently were not able to answer his questions. Convinced that computer stores did not provide enough services, he decided to go into business for himself. 1 year after starting college, Dell had earned more than $700,000. In 1985, Dell also developed a clone or copy of the IBM personal computer. Believing that stores could not meet customers' needs, his company, known as Dell Computer Corporation, sold computers by telephone or mail order. Because Dell computers were placed as much as the third below IBM computers, many consumers found them more affordable than the name brand model. By 1996, Dell Computer Corporation's annual sales had reached more than $5 billion. So that's the way it is with Lesson 1, Part 1, an economic way of thinking. At this point, you should know that studying economic choices is important, and consumers and producers are the two main groups of economic decision makers. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to have the entire catalog of economics videos available at your fingertips. Click the subscribe button, and then click the follow bell to receive notifications as to when the channel is updated. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in class, Dragons.